Welcome back to another episode of James Bond First Watch. And this is the series where I go through every James Bond movie for my first time watching it and give you my thoughts. And today we are tackling the second James Bond movie, and that is From Russia with Love. I got Sean Connery over here. I'm very excited to talk about this movie because I will say this could probably be my favorite James Bond movie that I have seen. And as I'm recording this, I have seen all the way through the 10th James Bond movie, which is The Man with the Golden Gun. But I kind of got caught back because I wanted to keep on watching them because I've been loving them and they've been a fun watch. So with From Russia with Love, to give you the reason why I love it so much is because after Dr. No leaving disappointed, feeling that there was not that massive spy element, and I wasn't finding myself intrigued, but I did like Sean Connery's performance in it. This one took the story and the whole concept of Spectre and going more in depth with it, which getting Blofeld but not seeing his face, but also having these other people that hire the main villains to be in the movie. And we see that in like the first beginning scene, and then getting the blonde hair dude and him being this bulky guy, you know. And that was very interesting as well. The thing that really got me intrigued, though, was I really enjoyed James Bond's chemistry with the girl, the Bond girl in this movie, because I liked what this character represented. She was this strong-willed woman, but she also wanted to be this person that was treated like royalty and had all these clothes, but she was always trapped in this world of Russia and being manipulated to do things for them. That James Bond rescued her, and at the end of the movie, you get to see her more be of that figure. But also can get back to those mindsets that she did at the end of the film. And that was very interesting as well. But also what I really liked was it took a main place, like the train, for the rest half of the movie. And I love that stuff. But the stuff that you forget about this movie, but every time I think about it, I get so excited about, is the whole thing where he goes to the Turkish place, a Secret Service, and he meets this guy. And I really, really did enjoy his performance and how he was just this kind of lovable guy. And it was so really cool to watch him because it's a different world than the British Secret Service. So that was really, really cool to see, and I really did enjoy that itself. And it just kind of blew me away that I would like this movie, because usually my first thought going into this, which is first watch, was that this movie represented a thing that the old type of movies I wouldn't really enjoy because they're so cheesy nowadays, but that was not the case. Yes, it's some of the cases in other films that you see later on through this whole franchise, and we'll get talking to that. There's 24 films, about to be 25th. And yes, the day I'm recording this, I already know about the James Bond getting postponed in November. I'm very angry about it because I was getting really excited about it, which I was not excited at all when the trailer came out for the first time, and I've definitely changed my whole thought process on that. But again, what I think about this whole thing with James Bond and Sean Connery's performance is just something great about his character here, where he kind of plays the dumb James Bond in this movie in certain ways, because he doesn't know what's going on half the time, but every other performance we see of him, we mainly see that he knows what's going on to some degree, and he knows that they're pulling strings and stuff. And you kind of see a clumsy James Bond in that way of not knowing what is happening, which I did really enjoy that aspect of the whole thing. And of course, you get the James Bond song in this, From Russia with Love, and this song is kind of forgettable.
From Russia with love, I fly to you, much wiser since my goodbye.
But again, overall, the film does a very good job of keeping you engaged and going to these different places, which is James Bond is what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be this international spy that has a license to kill, and he likes his martini shaken, not stirred. And we get to see that, but I really did like this movie, and it kept me engaged. So all the way from the first one to the 10th one as I'm watching this, From Russia with Love still stands out to be my favorite at the moment, because Sean Connery's performance is outstanding and just everything represents in this movie. And definitely being this is the James Bond I want to see in the James Bond movies for me to be happy of how they interpret James Bond from the Sean Connery standpoint. So, if I had to give my score on the Guideline rating, this would get above the line. This exceeded my expectations. It kept me engaged. I really liked the characters, and I found myself really enjoying this movie and will rewatch it again for sure. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Goodbye.